What's up guys, today we're going to be looking at the main differences between the SP-404SX and the SP-404 MK2. Which one is right for you? Let's find out. So this is the original. Actually no, the original is the OG. This one followed the original. The reason I don't have the original is because I started with the SX and I had the original before. It didn't really make sense to go backwards because we do lose a few things. So let's talk about the difference between those two before we move on. The main difference between this one and the OG is that the OG is a lot slower. Copying, exchanging pads, stuff like that is just a lot slower. And also we have a SD card on this one compared to the big old card that we had on the other one. So it makes it a lot easier to transfer things, at least for me. I just like simplicity. But if you do want like that better sounding vinyl sim, that's really the only reason to get the OG in comparison to this one. It has a better vinyl sim, but compromise is right. This is also a limited edition color in case you're wondering like, wow Jade, why isn't it different? Yeah, because it's different, folks. It's like gold and brown, so yeah, that's clean. I also still have my stickered bomb SX, so you know, SP fam up in here. People always ask me like, where'd you get that skin? Nah dude, I spent hours putting these stickers on, okay? Work. So by looking at them, they do look pretty similar, but of course, one is number one is number two. I think they're both pretty gorgeous looking. I really do like the look of the 404, but look at the back. So on the back, we have RCA connections. On the new one, we have 1/4 inch. So, you know, that was like one of the biggest, why is this still not focusing? That was one of the biggest updates in my opinion because, you know, we've been struggling with RCA for too long here. And having 1/4 inch, that's just like game changer. But actually what's really game changer on the MK2 is the USB, because we can use this for audio and MIDI, and you can literally plug this straight into your iPad or now your iPhone if it has USB-C, not with Lightning for some reason, but anything with USB-C, you can just plug it into the MK2 and sample to it and from it. Not only that, but it is an interface. Yes, so like this is literally all you need to get your guitar into your computer or your piano into your computer, or just sample straight from your computer onto the SP, transfer files. There's so many things that you can do with the USB-C that just make it easier than not having one. Ow, babe, I'm sorry. On the SX, we do get a full-size MIDI 5-pin, but why do we really need that anymore? I mean, like before when I was like a gear snob and like super Dallas, I'd be like, yeah, everything needs full-size MIDI, full-size 5-pin MIDI. So MIDI on the SP is old news. I have seen people use this with the Digitac, so it's still useful for a MIDI workflow if that's what you're trying to do. Don't think that you're missing out. But you do not get MIDI out on this one, so you can't control other devices with it, which I mean, you know, what is it that you're really trying to do? Use the sequencer, like, you know, what is it that you're trying to do? This one has MIDI in and out, not only through the USB, but we actually get 3.5 MIDI. So, you know, useful stuff if that's your workflow. I don't really use the MIDI. I don't think I've ever used even the 3.5 on these, but I have used the USB-C to control my MPC Live. So like that's a super dope workflow because the drums on the MPC Live are a bit weak and these are just fat sounding. So sequencing the SP-404 with the MPC Live, I think that's a super dope workflow. They both work on batteries 8 AA, so you know, she a little power hungry. And the new one, unfortunately, same thing. So I was really hoping that we would have like a built-in battery. I'm hoping we see a built-in battery for the next SP. What is this? I really wish it had a built-in battery like the MPC Live 2, but I know feelings are mixed with this. Some people say they don't want a built-in battery because of the longevity. You know, maybe it'll get hot, maybe it'll break, and then boom, the device is done. I, on the other hand, would rather have built-in batteries than have to deal with double A's and corrosion and recharging batteries and all this extra. Like, it's 2024. Why are AA's still a thing? So a few more differences on the panel. We have this voice trans button here, which I actually have different feelings about now. I used to hate this button, but I'm gonna make a separate video about why I love the voice trans now. And this one actually got rid of the voice trans because everyone hates voice trans. Like, it's no secret that it's the worst effect on the SP, but if you learn to use it right, I'm telling you, video coming soon. So by popular demand, they got rid of the auto trans button and replaced it with the resonator button. But the difference between this SP and the old SP is that you can actually edit your effects. So all of these 6 effects are changeable. The last one actually is how we scroll through our MFX. So you hold this button and then you can scroll through the effect pages. I really wish there was a way to move around the effects so you could have all your favorite effects on one page and not have to like scroll between the pages. And something else that they took from the SP that it actually makes me sad is they took away the lo-fi button. Yes, this guy right here. Why? Why did they take away the lo-fi button and give us this roll? I mean, I don't know about your workflow, but I've never used this roll button. I really wish that you could like, I don't know, maybe in the menu be like, hey, lo-fi, let's switch that to the lo-fi button and have that be there. But I don't think that's possible. So yeah, the lo-fi button is missing from this one. The 555 also has a lo-fi button, so yeah, sad thing about that one. With the lo-fi button, it was really the only way that you could get 2 effects on the SP, because you get the lo-fi and then you can still use one more of these effects. With this one, since we don't have the lo-fi button, I guess we do have a compromise of the buses, and in reality, that's a little better because we actually have 3 buses. I think 4, but I'm not really sure how to access the 4th one. If you know how to, let me know. So how do the bus effects work? Every time that we press bus effects, it's like we get a whole new SP. So if I'm on bus effects 1, I can have my reverb, and if I'm on bus effects 2, I can have my resonator or my isolator or whatever else. And then there's also built-in effects. So if I'm running my guitar or any other output or my other SP into here, I can, for example, have the SP-303 compression as an effect on my 404. So, you know, I'm saving myself having to buy an SP-303, right, just for the compression. And then I still have my 2 effects to use. So if I were to have only one of these, I mean, I don't know, man, because I really love the OG. But when it comes to like usability and features and, you know, like how much more you're getting, definitely the MK2. There is also another huge difference between these two that might be like the deal breaker for you or might determine which one you're gonna go with. The way that they handle samples is a little bit different. This one runs from the SD. This one you have to load it into the SD, which is actually on this side. So with this one, everything runs from the internal memory. You take the samples from the SD card and save them into the internal memory. This one, even though you still have to import your samples, they run from the SD. Another huge difference is that the SX is better for live sets because the MK2 can only hold 16 minutes per pad. So that might not be a deal breaker if you're not doing sets or if you're just chopping samples and having fun with it. But if you are doing sets, which is how a lot of people use their SPs, this is still the king. As the OG, as the 555, they have a longer sample time, meaning that you can load an hour, I think even 2 hours. Honestly, I'm not sure like the length, but I have loaded very low sets onto these devices and have had no problem, except with memory card size. So make sure that you do have like a bigger 8 or 16 memory card size. It comes with a 1 gigabyte and that's definitely not enough. But that's the main reason I keep my OG, and just because it's Bay and I've had it for so long. This is a new one though. The rainbow sticker bombed one is my OG one. But SP has a special place in my heart, and it's funny, like someone in the comments, they're like, oh, everyone has like such a crazy love relationship with their SP. Like everyone has such a weird attachment to the SP. Like what's up with that? It's just like such a cool device. You guys let me know. Which one are you going for? Do you have both? Do you feel like you need both? This is like a workflow for me. Lately, I'm trying to use my SPs less so I can actually make some music. But when it comes to performing, these are my go-to tools. What about you guys? Let me know below. Stay fly. Catch you in the next one.